Get suppressed or you're gonna die. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. I thank you for tuning in. Today, we start episode 1 of a 4-part series called Suppress or Die. Yeah, I said it. Get in the comments and debate me, but get suppressed or you're gonna die. Sorry. As you can see, I'm back out at the range today, the ranch in Eagle Lake, Texas, range 9 to be exact. I'm covered up because the sun's out. It's a nice day out. You know, I look like Whoopi Goldberg. I look like a nun. I look like Whoopi Goldberg in Sister Act 2. But, you know, I'm a dark chocolate brother, man. You know, I got to protect the skin. You get what I'm saying?
Darkness, everybody. Everyone, darkness is spreading.
All right, so what is this series? The series, like I said, is a 4-part. We're going to do an overview of the Exigent Defense Fireteam556 in episode 1. Episode 2, we are going to do a sound comparison between the Exigent Defense and some of the other suppressors that I have. Episode 3 will be, hey, should to flow or not to flow. I know it's corny, but hey, do you need a low pack pressure can or do you not? And 4, we're gonna look at a budget can that I like and maybe you can take a look at. This series, the reason why I'm doing this series is designed for anybody, you know, after January 1st, decide they want to get in the suppression game. And if you're anything like me, you knew nothing going into it. So maybe these series of videos can help you out just a little bit. I'm kind of a dummy.
That clear, dummy.
But, you know, hey, maybe you can pick up something from here and at least look at some products that you maybe hadn't seen before. But today we are looking at something very, very specific and something that I like a lot. You guys have seen this rifle. This is the Mark I from Sons of Liberty. And this video did really, really well. So thank you guys for that. With it doing so well, the guys down at the Exigent Defense, specifically Evan, they saw that video and said, hey, we got something that pairs with the Mark I really well. I was like, hell, I'm listening. You got something that pairs with it? What you got? And it was this. It was the Fireteam556. It's a can that they developed in collaboration with B&T USA. Their motto is, you know, overbuilt, under budget. And I don't know how they make money off of these things because the performance you get out of this in comparison to what was on here before is on par. I'm just going to say it. This can performs better on this rifle. This is the only 5.56 can that I have that I can shoot without ears. 5.56 can, it's made out of Inconel. It's a flow-through style can, and the sound suppression on this thing is just, I mean, it's next level. We're gonna go out here and see it in a little bit. Best part about this thing is the price point that it comes in at. This can, you know, the Hux Works, the Dead Air, and the Surefire cans, they are fantastic cans. I'm not saying that they're not. I bought them and I like those too, but those are substantially more expensive than what this is. And the performance you get out of this for the price point, I don't understand how they did it. So what's on the agenda for today? First, we're gonna go out here and shoot. I know I'm shooting content. I'm out here shooting content, but I do actually like to train. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go shoot some drills. And that's for, you know, twofold. 1, to show you the performance of this can, and 2, to identify weaknesses that I have in my rifle shooting game so I can take home and dry fire. And then the second part, we're gonna go to my office and we're gonna do a deep dive and get in all the nerd numbers, nitnoid detail about this can. But, you know, without further ado, let's get out there and let's shoot this thing. All right, guys, now it's time for the first drill. All right, the first drill we're gonna do is called the progressive return drill. And I got this from Nick Young at Velox Training Group, who got it from Hwanza Kim. In the video, he shoots it with a pistol, but he said you can do it with a rifle, and that's what we got today. So we're gonna shoot with a rifle. And essentially what we're gonna do is this. On the beep, and we'll come up, shoot 1 round, then 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, up to 5 rounds, right? What am I trying to work on this? I'm looking for 2 things. 1, my connection to the gun or my grip. So I want 4 points of connection, 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that maintain throughout the duration of that string of fire? And 2, my vision. Am I staying target focused? I have a target down there with a little black dot down there. We're at 30 yards and we're gonna try this drill. I'm gonna shoot it 3 times and then we're gonna go down there and laugh at my hits. Cause I don't think they're gonna be that great. But that's what we're out here for, to identify where I'm wrong and see if we can improve it. So let's do it. All right, y'all, this is what it feels like to have hair. And to show off the can, this first string, I'm gonna do it without my ears to show you guys I'm not lying to you. After that, I put my ears down because I've spent my entire professional life, flying helicopters and around jets. I don't want to continue to lose more of my hearing, so I'm gonna demonstrate it once and then put my ears down, shoot with ears on. People like to get suppressed and not shoot with ears. I don't get that, but do whatever floats your boat, I guess. Couple things to look at. First off, with the groups that I noticed, halfway through that string of fire, I was looking at the dot, just like gazing. And I'm at 30 yards, but I guarantee some of the shots were drifting up, and that's because I'm looking at the dot. You saw a shot without ears, like nothing. This is fantastic. I really, really do believe it. No gas back in the face. Very, very soft shooting. I'll do it again. We gotta do it 2 more times anyway. And again, I want to stay target focused and make sure I have a good, I am a good relationship with the rifle. Anyway, let's try it again. That one felt a little better. I slowed it down a little bit, but we'll see here in a little bit. I did it out of order. I did 5, then 4, but you get the point. Let's go look at the hits. All right, y'all. So here are the hits. 45 total rounds, and I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 18, 19. 19 of them out, and they're mostly over here on the left. So I'm doing something where I'm pushing the gun to the left. I'm gonna watch the tape and see what it is. Not exactly sure. As far as the suppressor went, the suppressor, as you can see, hopefully you picked up some of the tone on it, some of the sound. No gas back in the face. Very, soft recoiling. This suppressor, talking to Evan, it was designed for the Mark 18. So that 10.3 inch barrel, that violent recoil that's associated with the shorter 5.56 guns. This is obviously 11.5, and for whatever reason, these two pair up and they match up really, really well. And I can feel it. Very, very soft shooting gun. Predictable recoil. I'm just not good at this yet. So, so you gotta keep working. Let's do some more drills. All right, guys, you see we're drill number 2. As you can see, I have 3 targets up there. I got 2 blank targets on the end, and then I got 1 hardcover target in the middle. And we're just gonna work on some transitions. On the buzzer, 2 rounds, each target. We're gonna run this 3 times. Obviously no time, but let's go look at the shots. Alpha Charlie, 2 alphas, both of them line breakers, and then 2 alphas. So I can tell on that first iteration, when I was going to the left, I just overdrove the gun and was probably staring at my dot. So let's work on that and not do that again. Overdrove the gun on this left one. 2 alphas, and Alpha Charlie. Man, that left target just don't like me. That's what it is. So I think I'm too tense in my body. A lot of people talk about tense, being really, really tense. I think I'm doing that. I don't know why I'm tense. It's like I'm scared or something. But I promise I ain't scared. I ain't scared. One more time. Alpha, 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 and alpha, alpha. All right, so on that iteration, like I said, we were at 15 yards. I don't know if I said that earlier, but I slowed it down. I obviously don't have a time, but I felt like I went slower and was able to see things better. And I got all alphas that time. So probably need to speed up. Yeah, let's do another variation of this target transition drill. Let's do something else. All right, guys, next drill, we're gonna keep working these transitions. I still have these 3 targets, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go 2 to 2 of the targets here, and I'm gonna do a wide transition to a piece of steel that's like 40 yards away. So I'm at 15 yards still. What I'm trying to do is, have a good connection with the gun. 1, 2, 1, 2. Lead with my eyes, get all the way over there, and 1, 2 on the steel. And I could tell I'm slowing down when I get to these because I'm not being as aggressive as I want to. So on this one, I think I only have 5 rounds left. So I'm gonna try and go as fast as I can. Did I hit that? I don't know if I hit it. Charlie Delta, Alpha Charlie, and I think I was a miss. So, you know, we can only keep working. All right, y'all, final drill of today, and we're gonna do a little bit of movement. My birthday's coming up, I'll be 41, and you know, running around isn't something I can do as well as I used to be able to do. You know, I was a heck of an athlete back in my day. But y'all, no, for real, y'all get in the comments, tell me something that as you've gotten older, you can't do as well as you did when you were younger, all right? Keep it somewhat clean. For me, it's spicy food, all right? Like I used to love spicy, I still love spicy food. Now, if I do that, it's like napalm on the other end.
That's the signal. Go, 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 go. Let's go freaking get here.
Then I can't do that. So anyway, so as you can see, I have 3 barrels set up here. These are at about 25 yards, and this one in the back is at about 35 yards. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start from the back barrel, 2 shots to the head box, the entire head box, not the credit card, then move to the barrel over there on the left, 2 shots to the body, and then move to the barrel over here, 2 shots to the body, all right? We're gonna run this 3 times. My timer isn't picking up the suppressor because it sounds that good, guys, I'm not kidding you. But I'm gonna use it to start myself, and then we're just gonna run around like a chicken with their head cut off, an old chicken with its head cut off. But yeah, let's get into it. Oh, it was slow. That was slow. Biggest thing I noticed was getting into position. Like I'm waiting to get in position to bring the gun up. I need to work on getting the gun up as I'm getting into position because that's just slowing me down. But let's. That felt better. Oh, winged it. That was a Charlie, or maybe even a Delta. All right, I called it on that one. So I got both hits in the head box. I got 1 Alpha, 2 Charlie, and just barely clipped the Delta. Like I barely hit the target. That was on that left barrel. That first shot, slang it. But last chance, let's see if we can get a good clean run, and let's do it again. Get the gun up, get the gun up. Oh, missed. Did it again. I did it again. I felt it. Squeezed the trigger, and the dot wasn't anywhere close to the target. I mean, it was close, but you know. All right, yep, caught it again. This time it wasn't as bad as missing the Delta. It was still a Delta, but I missed one of the headshots. So I only had 1 headshot, slightly out on the other headshot, it was a miss, and then 3 Alphas. So, you know, goes either way. 6, 7, oh my God, I can't believe I just said that. Anyway, let's go back to the office and continue to break down this can, the Fireteam556 from Exigent Defense. All right, let's go. Now that we have shot this Fireteam556, let's talk about it. This is honestly the quietest 556 can that I've ever shot. I was able to comfortably shoot this without ears. And you know, for me that's important because if you're anything like me and you have an AR platform for your like home defense rifle, you can put this can on there and not have to worry about blowing out your eardrums. You're probably gonna have some other issues that you're gonna have to figure out, but at least you know your hearing will be intact when you go to court. This is a low back pressure can. I said earlier in the videos, I kept saying flow through, like a flow through technology. No, it's a low back pressure can, so that's a misspeak on my part. But why is that important to me? For me, at this point in time, whenever I buy a can, that's like literally one of the first things I look at. Is it low back pressure? And the reason for that is, the first can that I bought was the Surefire RC2. Obviously great can, bomb proof, used by military and LE for forever. And it's a great can, but what I noticed is when I put that on a rifle, I would have to tune that rifle to shoot suppressed. And what that would lead to is like, hey, I couldn't put it on every rifle. And when I took the can off, reliability became an issue. I've been able to throw low back pressure cans on all my rifles, and it has enough gas in the system to where it cycles reliably, but it's also not nearly as violent as like your standard, cans that aren't low back pressure. And, from the shooting perspective, it is also a softer shooting style can. With these low back pressure cans, you get a big reduction in that gas coming out of the ejection port. More of it's gonna come out of the front. You see this, I'll see if I can put some B-roll here. This can has holes that come out of the front, so you get more gas out of the front of the rifle. It's almost unshootable for me when it's a non-low back pressure can, right? You just get so much more gas in the face and you notice it. It's like, man, this just isn't enjoyable. This just isn't fun. These can, obviously, the low back pressure cans do that, and the Fireteam556, does a fantastic job of doing it, right? Next thing, this can is fully auto rated. Why is that important? You want a can that is durable. This, you can put a bunch of rounds through it, no problem. You're not gonna have any issues with your gun. Suppressors get hot, and it does get hot, but it's designed to do that, and it's very, very durable, and it is a very robust can. So it being fully auto rated is something else that I also look into when trying to get another suppressor, and the Fireteam556 is just that. It is a hub compatible can. What that means is you'll get more versatility out of the can. You can mount it on a bunch of different options. So like, how do you do that? Right now, I have the Huxworks hub mount that is screwed into the bottom of the can, but essentially what this is, an adapter that goes into the bottom of the can, and I can put this on any of my rifles that have Huxworks muzzle devices. I also went out and picked up one for Surefire, right? So I can use this can on Huxworks muzzle devices and Surefire muzzle devices. Those are my two favorite. Those are my standards. It having that allows me to put this on like pretty much any gun that I have, as long as I have an adapter for it. And I have adapters for the two most prominent muzzle devices I have like in my collection. All right, so their motto is overbuilt, under budget. Guys, the price point on this thing is crazy. And I mean that like in a good way. YouTube gets real funny about talking about prices, but like if you go on the website, you can see this thing for under 900 bones, right? And then if you go over to Thoroughbred Armament, you can get this can with a barrel again under 900 bones, right? For a duty rated can that has that low back pressure technology, that is a 100% steal. If you haven't shot these or you haven't looked into it, you have to understand that is a 100% steal. I said it earlier, I don't know how they make money off of these things. If you're back home thinking like, hey, 900 bones, that's still a lot of money. When you go out and get like a Polonium K or something like that for 500 bucks, the benefits that you're getting an upgrade in technology with this can, and you're not paying an arm and a leg for it, right? You look at some of the other low back pressure or flow through style cans, they are far more expensive than this thing is. And they're far more expensive, but I'm not kidding you. I had a Huxworks can on this before. We've all heard of Huxworks. They're fantastic cans, but like this can is gonna live on this rifle. This can is dedicated to this rifle. It is, in my opinion, a better shoot with this can on here, the Fireteam556. The price point that these come at and the performance you get are on par, if not better than some of those I hadn't heard of Exigent Defense, but some of those like really big name companies that obviously produce great suppressors. Hadn't heard of these guys, but they produced a can that was like it's like next level. It's really, really great. I was like legitimately surprised when I first shot this can, especially without ears. When Evan at Exigent Defense reached out to me about, hey, I got something that pairs well with that rifle, I was like, okay, great. Obviously, I love shooting, I love cans, I love suppressors, but I'm always like, man, he's just trying to sell something. We talked about how it was tested. We talked about how this was developed in collaboration with B&T USA. B&T USA is the largest suppressor manufacturer in the world. So, to get their kind of stamp of approval is, it says a lot. And he went into all the nitnoid details of this can. Guys, I'm not smart enough to regurgitate everything that he said. And the cool thing about talking to him was like, dude was like real passionate about this can and real confident about this can. He was like, this can is better. And, kind of like on a personal note, I kind of like, supporting companies where the people at the company really believe in their product and they're just like cool people. Like Evan, we had a conversation. Evan's just like a cool ass country dude. So, talking to him was great, and how much he like really believed in this project and loved this can. And I mean, guys, I'm telling you, he told no lies. He tells no lies. You can see a bunch of videos that he's done on YouTube if you just like type in Exigent Defense or Fireteam556. He's gone on a bunch of other YouTube channels and he talks about the can. Go watch those too. All right, guys, get into the comments and tell me what you think about this suppressor. If you don't have any thoughts on it, tell me what suppressor you have. And if you don't have a suppressor, tell me what suppressor you're looking at getting. This is something that I really do think you need to take a look at. You're going to get like military grade, duty use, high round count, low back pressure, all the good stuff you want in the can now. That's almost like standard, but you're gonna get it at like a far better price. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Let me know what you guys think. But as always, thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.